Alrighty, welcome one and all to yet another art stream. We're going to wait just a little bit before going deep into drawing. But I'll go ahead and show you the thing we're working on for the moment. Yeah, for the first 2 hours, very fitting with the Rainbow Sentai Queeranger theme, we are going to work on the interpretations for the Bionoid, that's it, Bionoid race of Spelljammer, which is very much inspired by the Super Sentai shows of old. But yeah, like I said, we're not going to go deep into the drawing of that, because I am doing the Rainbow Sentai Queeranger raid yet again this year. I've actually got a 6-hour segment, which starts in a few minutes. Let's see where currently are. Just mute that. I believe they are prepping to raid out Kreishard. As soon as they can see that I am ready to go. Yeah, we'll be doing our first couple hours, doing some interpretations of these. There's actually not a whole lot, at least not surviving artwork of the Bionoid. I'm not sure why. There's a few, let's see. That's a figure form based on it, or at least it's coming up a lot in the searches for it, either on Google or DuckDuckGo. I'm not sure why. Where's the... Wait, did I not... Let me actually see if I can't find the other one while I'm waiting on a Kreishard to come in. Mic is on. Yeah, mic is on. Let's see. Okay. Jammer, Bionoid. Here we are. Yes, here's the piece art I was looking for. Okay. Don't need this window anymore, so let's just go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, we can just base it here. Hey, Bringo, welcome. Man, you, kind of used that a little bit early. We got the raid train tonight, and the train has not actually made their way here yet. You could have shown it off to everyone. Also, Max Singh, welcome. We're not getting deep into it yet, so I don't have to explain the Bionoid and what they're about before the raid train gets here, but this is the goal. We're going to be messing around with this shape a little bit. Let's see. Oh, there's one thing I completely forgot to do. The Tiltify link message. Hey, welcome, members and watchers of the Rainbow Sentai Queeranger raid train. I hope you all are having a lovely night. I forgot to get this in here so I could pin it. So it's there, nice, lovely up at the top. Though I do also have a recurring message set to go through the chat, but welcome. I hope everyone is going all right. Kreishard, I hope you had a wonderful segment. I managed to catch it at the beginning, but I had to tune out later on so I could start prepping my own. But welcome, everyone. I am Lucy the Ferris, head librarian of the Morningstar Archives. Today we're doing some art for a couple hours before going over to Chroma Squad. That was a Chroma Squad. Which is inspired by Sentai shows, I think specifically named Saban's Power Rangers. But yeah, hope you guys had a fun time. The art segment, for those of you unfamiliar with the channel, likely a lot of you, I'm doing a Spelljammer campaign, which is kind of like a fantasy Age of Sail type setting for a 3rd edition Dungeons & Dragons, though they did release one for 5e. I prefer the old version. One of the races they had is actually inspired by Sentai shows as well, called the Bionoid. Specifically, it is a kind of like a subrace of elves who underwent experimental surgery during the Unhuman Wars to become better fighters, and they can turn from their kind of elf or half-elf forms into this armored beast of a warrior. It is incredible. Before we get into that, and giving time for people to settle, relax, Kreishard, if you need to raid and run, so it was a 3-hour stream, it was very fun when I got to see. Thank you. I'm very glad this is happening again this year. It was very fun last year as well, especially with us having blown our goal out of the water. But yeah, this year especially, it is really rough with everything going on this year. So before going to the actual drawing segment, I've got a piece of art I want to show off. Something I actually recently finished, and some of you will have seen if you're in Epiglottle's Discord. If it would show up. There we go. I have been working on this piece, depending on how you count it, for the last week or for the last 2 years. It's a library. More specifically, it's supposed to be the library I am head librarian of. And this is just one version of it. It is something I've been planning because I wanted an endlessly looping version that I could have slowly moving in the background. It looked like an infinite library. But someone on there was looking for a library-based background. They wanted, something for a reading stream they were doing. And so I finally was able to shove through my creative block on this particular piece and worked on it. And it might seem impressive that I did this in a week. I mean, all the details here, the vines based on actual wrought iron railings I found, paintings, this bit of stained glass I had to work custom, though I had references for, all these individual books, this ritualistic looking fire, and in a week, I mean, the first year and a half, I hadn't got much work done on it. This is 5 days ago what I had, and before that all I really had was these columns, the floors, these basic shapes for the shelving units. I didn't have these railings. I didn't have this staircase. These are what I did in the first 2 days, and thought, you know what, I can power through this. I can get this creativity done out of spite. Because before working on this for Briskin, I tried looking for libraries with fireplaces or fire sconces or something that was not AI generated, and I looked so hard through my resources, and it just, out of spite, it's like, no. If I can't find it, I'll fucking make it if I have to, because this is some bullshit. It's hard. I'm not talented with art, but I'm willing to work hard again and again and again to get things looking good. Like the staircase, what I had before a week ago was just gray pole, these rectangles with the half circles cut out, and these little detailed pieces. But I did not have this gradient that I'm trying to look like cast iron with a little bit of a rusty red in it. I didn't have these details. I didn't even have this table and urn. This was made specifically because it's what Briskin wanted. And literally 7 days later, I've changed the arrangement. I've gotten these put in. I've got these details, these textures, all of this. For spite. And with the year we've had, a fucking dictator-in-chief we've had, sometimes spite is what you need to keep going. And what is this charity event? In spite of all the anti-trans sentiment that has come about lately, what is it but spite? So yeah, hope you all enjoy. We're going to do about 2 hours of art, take a short break, and then I'll do Chroma Squad. For now, the Bionoid of Spelljammer. Like I said, it was inspired by Super Sentai shows. There's actually another thing that's also based on mech battle things, the Spirit Warrior. Very similar aesthetic, both visually in the system. Draw from insects as inspiration. The Spirit Warrior being more literal on it. The Bionoids itself, including this little piece from whatever Monster Manual equivalent, is what they use. They've got spiked carapaces, they've got these blades coming from their elbows, these antennae, and also, let me do this to one to scroll. Their chest opens up to reveal a weak point, but also a weapon, depending on how they want to use it. But we're going to do this a little different. Instead of going solely off of, Snazzy, you enjoy your lurk, so you can get some sleep. See you around later. Yeah, instead of just doing purely insect, I want to mix it up a bit. Not because this is limiting, but in my campaign I want the more insect-like stuff to be the spirit warriors. So instead, I'm going to take some inspiration from the ships, the various like spaceships that are in the campaign, and I got pictures of the various Spelljammer tokens for ships to look at. Like there's the Star Moth, something from the Elven Armada, as well as the Damselfly, which is more of like a lighter scouting type ship. Ancient Solar Dragons, which are just the same size, if not bigger, than these ships. We got a few. And the classic Nautiloid, for those of you who've played Baldur's Gate 3. Tonight, I think I'm gonna go off the Man of War, but I want to show them off, because there is some good variety in the Spelljammer ships, like the Turtle ship. The Lamprey here, which is meant for like sticking onto a ship to make boarding easier. The Scorpion. The last ones, we've got Wasp, a living ship, the Hammerhead, and the Aesthetic. Living ship, which just has a tree on it, helps with the power ring of it. And it's there. As well as the Hammerhead might do some stuff with the Hammerhead if I get to a good spot for the Moth. Yeah, we'll center this again. There we go. I'm also maxing. I don't have time for niceties. Rather, I'm never fond of the niceties. See you around. Yeah. I hope everyone has fun today. But I am using a new tool that I don't normally do for drawing streams. Recently invested in a pen-shaped mouse. To see if that makes it easier to do these sketching layers. Let's see. The hard part is going to be the right click because it's in a weird place that is not natural to switch to. Let's see, layer mask from selection. There we go. That way I can just move this thing here, so I can still have most of this for the actual drawing of it. Yeah. Let's name the boulder monsters Monster Man of 2. Just boulders that roll over to eat you. That bad asteroid, yeah. Yeah, there are some fun but goofy things in Spelljammer, which is why I like it, the aesthetic, and was very disappointed with how they did it for 5e. It very much felt like a shameless cash grab in ways with how simple it was. They straight up copy and pasted some things from other books. This is not as hard as I was worried about. Good. Let's see, we're going to go kind of just generic superhero pose here, while we kind of flesh out the actual design of the armor. Oh, not that big for the hips. No, that's too low for the knee to be. Got knee, maybe some like really rockin' boots here. Yeah, oh right, almost forgot. There should be an option for some background. Oh wait, one thing I can do actually. I can have Chroma Squad open the background just so we get the nice menu music playing while we're just drawing here. Something to look forward to as well. Gotta swap to normal mouse so it's easier to actually maneuver this. Alright. Adjust my personal volume. Okay. Alright, I forgot I have to Alt-Tab out of it, because it just does not let me move my mouse out of it. Yeah, let me know if music is too loud, too quiet. Those of you who want to spice it up, I do have some exclamation point commands to throw shit at me. With the spicier ones, like exclamation point Wilhelm, costing channel points that those who new here won't have immediate access to. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, before we actually work on the body, let's get... Actually, we can draw the head here. Oh. Let's do better than that, Lucy. There we go. I'll do in profile. Oh. Okay, so the one thing I don't like about the Bionoid actually is, we'll do a quick zoom in look. The way its mouth looks, it looks more like a suit, which some of the Kamen Rider things do kind of look like. Others just looks like a mask, which is a bit more pleasing to the eye. I think I'm gonna go. Let's see, we got this. I remember seeing, just looking like through reference images of existing Kamen Riders, there's a rhino looking one. Let's try. Yeah, I'll go something like that, just kind of like emulate the ramming horn on that. And no, that's too much. That's too much. Let's talk to the purple. So, because a lot of the Kamen Riders have this like goggle-looking design to the eyes. I'll have it kind of go around like this. There we go. Maybe a bit more of a swoosh like this, because I think there's a variety of beetle where it kind of like splits off Hercules beetle, I think. So we still have a kind of insect-like appearance. Yeah, my final renders of these will be in Inkscape, which is a lot easier to shape, because it's literally just manipulating shapes. Let's see, and this is actually a bit low. If we... shoot. Actually... No, not like that. Because these be warriors. If there was any kind of like intentional design to it, probably be more of a grimace than a smile. Smile is something you do for like clowns for children, not a warrior you want to instill fear in the enemy. I'm not hating the horn thing, but I think maybe going for making it look like a rhinoceros horn, because rhinoceros beetle pun, not the best route. So let's do... Whoop, come on. Go. Whoop. Yep, using this pen is definitely a learning experience. It's also very fun. So I don't hate it, but we're going to put it up here as another, there you go, as another layer. So we can move it around a bit more easily without locking it into something. Don't we select any more? Okay. So maybe we shrink it here, make it like an actual horn, or maybe just make a motif on there. We'll figure that out later. Okay, so if not that, we can do kind of mohawk, like layered design of armor up the front. Have it continue out the side, and actually we need to move that further from the wall to oh, did not switch tools, to make it so we have more room for the back of the head. There. There we go. maybe a space campaign. We can give it kind of like a big Pirate King looking collar. It's out to here. Maybe it looks a bit more Dracula-esque, depending on the media you grew up with. And kind of follows the motif of kind of like sharpness coming down. Yeah. Yep. Not looking bad. And we'll come back through here with the purple, kind of give it a darker outline of what we're going to keep. And maybe in Sentai version this looks more like one of the enemies than an actual common rider, but we are trying to help differentiate from the official Spelljammer race. Whoop, that's a too sharp a curve. We're trying to differentiate with them and to make it a bit more original feeling. Oh, no, that was actually a bad one. There we go. There we go. A bit more of a friendly chin there. Making some chamomile, going to bed. You go ahead and rest well, and I will see you around. Yeah, this is looking not bad. How do the face segments look? Yeah, they kind of get detailed in there. I think it's fine if we do that too. We'll swap back to orange. I think making it look like an actual eye that can like telescope zoom would look nice. The only two colors we kind of imply that by going around here. Now some of you might be wondering, well, Lucy, how is your segment gonna help raise money for the campaign? Well, as you might have noticed, I do not have a typical shape brush. It's what I'm starting with, but if anyone wants to donate $5 or more, you can choose one of the various brushes I have here. And I can actually show them off. I'll do a new layer. Because there are some goofy ones that are in here. Where is... this one that is only orange. It's actually based on one of the shapes I have. Though I've never figured out why it's sideways like this. But it's pretty much a heart in a circle with a very minute star shape in there. Or there's another weird one here. It's like shaped like a goat or something. Where is it? Oh, those clip images. I saw it earlier today. That's weird. What about Wilbur? Which is the logo for GIMP. I think it's a logo for GIMP. Where? I swear it was in here earlier today, but yeah. Oh, there you are. Look at this guy. Just... And it's not all the same. There's multiple, like, frames, so it can have, like, a wiggling tongue, a waving hand. It's... silly. But yeah, if anyone who feels like donating, you can choose the brush I use. This one I was on. Back to 13. Oh, that's... Oh. Now it's there. There we go. Do kind of break there and there. It's kind of like general look the face will go for. Kind of like a pill bug kind of look there. For the actual look here, I think we're gonna use these to kind of like make some over-shoulder armor here. Let's see, swap back to come on. How to do this? A fun way to do it would be to make a kind of ponytail looking thing. But I think I'll use that for a different one. Don't think it quite goes well with this face look. Let's see. Have it kind of come out like this. Cut out. Probably not the best angle to be having this on. Me with very little actual experience in figure drawing. Not for years, at least. But you know, sometimes failure is part of the fun. It's reduces the stress, because it's not something I know how to do. Of course, it's not going to come out perfect. Nope, that wrong. We're going to try and make this look come on. There we go. More of a wasp waisty thing. Gotta remember we gave him this big ol' captain's collar. Or actually, maybe that's what we do it. And where's erase? Come on, come on. Oof. Erasing's a little easier, at least. Okay, I think I need to do the outfit designs on another layer, just so there's less happening. Okay. Outfit 1. And we'll swap to more of a green. Maybe that'll help us with the actual design here. So we have this. Why is it not? Oh, it's because I'm still on the erase. Got it. So yeah, we have this big collar. I think in hero style will be kind of just open, bearing a chest. Big, heroic, giving hope to those who see him act in battle. Also the fun flaring out like a cape bit. There we go. Oof. One second. Stretch fingers. It's a little different with this kind of pen-shaped mouse, because I do have to hold a button down for it to actually make the marks. I'm just gonna take a quick break from it and use the normal mouse for a bit. Or I forget I should turn off the... There we go. Just so it's not using up the battery of the mouse. We'll do... Then we can also give him a big old flared rolled up cuffs. You see in a bunch of like pirate coat media. Oh, maxing that. That's unfortunate, but yeah, you do you. Health comes first. I appreciate you for having tried to stick around. Worst case, you want to see what happens? We always upload VODs. 1 week later on YouTube, right around when Twitch gives up carrying them. Yeah, good night. Take care. Rest well. And, have a good weekend if I don't see you or talk to you again till later. But yeah, I like doing the sketch versions on GIMP because it's a lot easier to go kind of like freestyle with it, mess around, while I do the actual shapes on Inkscape. Because here I don't have to fear being like all weird about it. Yeah, so Bionoids of Spelljammer are very fun because there is no time to the transformation. The transformation sequence is just instantaneous. It's written into the mechanics of it. So to, kind of explain why no one's like, hey, he's in the middle of transporting, why don't we just like take pot shots? Like, nah, there's not even the opportunity. So don't even try. Yeah, we'll do kind of like a weaponized armor looking like that. I know it does kind of look more like breasts or something with how low poly it is, but I swear this is supposed to be a masculine character in particular. I'm actually not sure if there are a whole lot of feminine Kamen Riders, just because I'm not big on... I'm not sure if even franchise is the right term for it, but the fandom. I know there's a whole lot, so there's got to be at least a few, right? The belt seems a bit at odds with the rest of this. Just because, like, this coat does feel a bit more pirate or maybe Private Eye than a true Sentai. So I think instead of that, I'll do a different sort of very unrealistic belt system. Just like a big medallion here with 2 belts. Because asymmetry is fun. Let's see, is there anywhere else we kind of... Oh, we could kind of do the boots like that, couldn't we? Yeah, like that. It can look very blade-like. Do another bit here. Right underneath the knee. Question is, do we do clunky anime-style boots? Make it look like there's an actual foot here. Yeah, we'll do a bit more of a curve here, make it a bit more sci-fi looking. Because that's like full-on side-to-side, so now angled here. Bit showing on this side. This looks very, very profitable. Very much like you could sell a shoe design like that. I think maybe we extend this one here, so it's like a supporting heel. Oh, almost forgot the knee. Like that. Alright, that's not bad for a first go through. Got some rough shapes. This guy could be all about leg kicks, which is very common for riders from what I've seen. And instead of having the big long spikes like the official art has, I think we're going to have just like smaller ones. Less for slicing and more like elbowing with some force, or maybe like body slam style. Though perhaps this doesn't really fit this guy's look. Maybe this is an appearance for a different Bionoids. Let's do another outfit. Maybe this one we go more stylized with the elbow blades instead. We'll hop back. Oh, not that. Back to the green. Actually, hand's doing good. We'll hop back to the pen too. Go. We'll have keep the. Oh wait, no. Elbow blade wasn't actually on the elbow. It was down here in the forearm. We'll have this kind of forward part of the blade. Also, that's a bit much. Nah, I shouldn't have done it in one shot. Damn it. I actually liked how the front of that looked. That. Oh. This part of the blade will be thinner. Serrated thing, we got this notch, which in combat could be to help like catch other blades defensively. Maybe it's something like a blade breaker type design. Which is something you see in some surviving swords from medieval times, but not like a lot that they were likely used often. And on this arm, we'll actually do design a bit more forward as a comparison's sake. Do this one here. Nope. Not bad. We got two connections on the forearm. Sign there. I want just armored back with this more for being like further support to keep it on the arm, perhaps. Go. Alright. Oh shit. I need to actually draw there. Okay. Just trying to get the wiggles out. I think perhaps this one we're going to go a bit more asymmetrical. With this side being perhaps double blade kind of look. So then as a defensive feature they could both like flip open it like a shield. That feels very Sentai like. Swap back to purple for the kind of collar look. Oh, a bit too deep V there. There we go. The very larger-than-life kind of silhouette. Ah, shit. Yeah, this pen mouse takes some getting used to. Very much different muscles than actually drawing with a pen. So I'm finding out 30 minutes into the stream. Probably the hour of practice yesterday did not do me justice. But I like this, and I think we're going to keep the kind of like coat design for this style, but we're going to make it a little shorter. A bit more lab coat-like than fluttering hero cape. Still absolutely open, because, oh shit, I accidentally undid button. Dang. It completely got rid of that segment, so I got to redraw it. Let's see, if we're gonna just look armored, so why don't we kind of segmented armor. And we have the motif followed down here. Are they great? No. But the design is coming through. But for doing this version, let's go ahead and do the big locky belt type design. We're not going to do the specifics for this. But Sentai has a lot of just fun belt designs. Like, oh shoot, I can't remember who was doing the reviews earlier, like the rankings of the transformation sequences of the Common Riders, but there's one with like a Jack-in-the-Box wind-up thing. It's like, that's a little awkward. It's like anyone who's like looking in the face, peripheral, just see your hand moving up and down next to your crotch. It's like, that's not a good look for a hero. Let's see. Yeah, being kind of top-heavy with armor, I think we keep it kind of simpler. Maybe give this the pirate motif boots. This kind of like curve in the back to kind of emulate the blades, at least. As well as that kind of aspect of fantasy. We need this to be a more... Yeah, that's fun. And we can have him keep having some just simple pants. Oh, that's right. Wrong button combo. There we go. That's... It's not a bad look. It's not. Though, let's see. Let's try cutting this out. As best we can. There we go. We're gonna move this. Oh, no, not what I was trying to. Ah, shit. There we go. Okay, this we're gonna... First we need to move it up here. Make that a separate layer. Then... Where's the fill tool? Come on, there. I should reduce opacity on that. There we go. Now the tricky part. I'm going to have to physically flip this layer and maneuver it. Horizontally. Rotate Shift R. Yes. that shield. Okay. These we should group together just so I don't mix it up. Just call it IO2. Yeah, nice, okay. Everyone who is still here and has not done so, please take a sip of something, water, juice, coffee if you need to. Because we're in for a night. No sense in, dehydrating ourselves. So, really liking this. Maybe there'll be a duo Bionoids. Who's to say? Why did I do this layer with just a couple small details? We'll just merge that down. Oh. There we go. Cut, paste. Call that head one and just minimize. Okay. Head 2. Alright, let's try this again. Actually, before that, we'll go to this layer. No, too far to the right. There we go. I'm just going to make a kind of like generic head shape. Hey, Jade, possibly welcome, welcome. Hope you are enjoying yourself. Yes, we are doing some versions of the Bionoid from old Spelljammer, which, to fit the theme of this raid train, is a very Sentai player race. Very fun, very powerful, actually, though it also comes with a massive weak point. But yeah, it's people are not my strong suit, especially in the sketch layer. But the sketch layer, there's low pressure. And we're trying to take inspiration from this and think, ooh, you know, this one, I can do the, was the pigtail idea I had. Yeah, we'll swap back to the green for this. This matches this. So we're going to have, oh, I was on the wrong layer, that's why. Can't draw an invisible layer. It goes like this. No. Here. They become like that. Now that'd be a little weird on the shoulders. Yeah. Just not feeling with some of these designs. Goes here. Nope. See, the point was like right there. Nah, that's not a quite good placement. We'll just move this head part of it and rework it out. Oh wait, wrong layer, got it. Here and have like a proper pigtails. Oof. Yeah, This pen-shaped mouse, not as easy as I thought it'd be. But I'm certainly not shelling out for a tablet and stylus setup days before I was gonna do this drawing stream. Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh, no, not what I was trying to do. There. Guess we will. Here. There we are. Kind of here. Should also rotate it a bit. I think we can also adjust the color before we paste this. Not perfect. We can come back through here with the purple. Oh, am I on the wrong tool? I'm on the wrong tool, that's why. Bladed pigtails, a very fun design choice that not enough things do. And honestly, I'm not sure what would be better for the character to have these. An actual lady Bionoid, or perhaps a secretly trans Bionoid. Secretly in the fact that they do not understand it. So they're in their ideal body now. They got through government-sponsored experimentation for the good of their race, yeah, but it's also perhaps their ideal body now. Who's to say? Some good metaphors you can do with the transformation progress. Once again, hand stretch time, just holy shit. Trying to hold it like a pen, but also press a button like a mouse. Hand is not really built for that. Holy shit. What if I... Ooh, what if I try doing it while it's in this holder? This actually isn't as... Perhaps. But anyway, this head shape. So back to this green. I think if we're doing this pigtail style, we should do the mask style of helmet. Nope. I do... that's a bit too much. Smoother? Yeah, there we go. Almost. Do eye slit there instead of a goggle. And, you know, some vents for letting off excess heat. Always have fun with your characters. No matter how serious they're supposed to be, give them something that you can be a little silly with. Now, doing it in the holder doesn't help too much. Because my instinct from all the practice as a physical artist makes me want to lift it from the surface, which kind of fucks it up. Like this. We'll go. See, I don't think it's going to be like just a flat. No, that's not the term. Flat. I don't think like a skin tight suit around the head like they have no hair. I think we're actually going to have the elf ears remain. For this one, especially if we're doing kind of like trans kind of theming for them. No, half elf. Yeah, half elf is better for that because they already have the hang-ups of which side of their family they're more connected to, being a bit of an outcast from both. we will give kind of like segmented armor look around the neck, because I just think that's a really cool design for a warrior. Completely impractical in terms of like actual crafting, but I think it looks badass. Oof. God, I was unaware it was this freaking hot today. One sec. Ooh. Sweat dripping down my neck is a distraction. Okay. Yeah, I do like this. Oh, that's not the button, that's why. Tried to click in the scroll for some reason. Yeah. There you go. I kind of like the slim face look. Kind of gives it a little bit of a feminine feel, but not in a bad way. And maybe... maybe instead of just a dual pigtail look, I had this be 3-blade. Note for later. Be a very fun visual, making the spikes be almost like hair. Alright, big slurp again. Once again, have to swap back to the normal optimal mouse to give my hands some rest time. But for this one... let's see. Yeah, that layer. I want to try and do. There we go. Let's do kind of like a side torso look. We won't actually do much work on the actual face here. It's just more of a proportions type thing. Helps me visually figure it out. There we go. But yeah, we'll continue on this layer with this head, so you can remember they're matched together. We know it's going to be... Oh. There you go. Right head layer. It's going to be 1... 2... and like here for the 3rd or something. It's a fun little hair stand-in. A mask. There we go. Let's see. I don't want to have this incorporated in front of the face because it'd be a bit weird. Perhaps we can kind of like flip it upside down and use it like a... So we'll do a bit more boxy like this. So we can kind of incorporate some of the ship shape into... Oh, no. There we go. actual, like, horn part. Nah, it looks weird. I do want to kind of, like, incorporate the feeling like this is something to ram into, like, full body style. Like, we already did an outfit design that's, like, looked like a feet heavy attacks. The other was arm heavy attacks. I want something that's, like, all about slamming, full force, all your weight on what looks to be a spindly frame. But might perhaps be something that is a lot heavier than it looks. I guess we would incorporate that into, like, shoulder pads, right? Right? Yeah, it's a little... And... So we have, like, the center part of it here. Very strange pauldron shape, but it's a fantasy game. Don't gotta explain shit. There doesn't have to be any actual logic to it, so long as it's a fun enough design. But yeah, maybe like that, so you can focus all the shove, just like full-on shoulder check someone. It's also technically far enough away from the head and body, it wouldn't be super nonsense if, you know, the armored individual lift their head, arms above their head, just stab himself. No, it's a rounded tip. It's also supposed to be shaped far enough away from that. Then think in this case we could also incorporate this kind of like ship-like shape here. Looks a bit more feminine like this, which I'm here for. I'm trying to make it look almost like a crop top version of armor. Still bulky enough to protect, but a bit of the feminine style without being just like big humongajongas or whatever the whatever that one meme uses. No, not meme. It's a copy pasta, right? From like a Reddit or something. Nah. I think we'll just straight up erase this. Hey, Baringo, I think WH is what's happening. It's, you know, we're just, doing some drawings, making this particular shape a bit more feminine without the default of just huge humongajongas. Let's see. Dobon Honker, that's the other one. Yeah, that's the fun one. Yeah, I think... No, not there. Kind of keep this curve at the back, but also... Duplicate there? No, that's too far forward. Yeah, we're gonna actually mimic this neck design here for the waist. This one will curve down like this. We'll have this be the actual kind of groin armor, because no one wants to be nut-checked in the middle of a battle either. Maybe a very bulky belt design. I don't know what it is about me, but I like the idea of a double belt. Kind of impractical, probably, but I don't know, I just like them. Yeah, we are 1 hour in. We got means 1 hour left of this little art stream. Oh my god. Oh god. Okay, it's probably dumb. Right up there with the Jack-in-the-Box Kamen Rider design, but I just thought of something really funny. What if the belt on this one is just the steering wheel of a ship. And you just give it a spin. And you could even incorporate, it's like, what does that design do? What does it need for it? It's like, I don't know, it's driving me nuts. A pun on the old pirate meme, not meme, joke, the pun about it. But also, taking more literally, it's like they don't know why it's there, and it's driving them nuts. Gotta keep some silliness in there. Yeah, armor's still a bit bulky, but it's going to be kind of difficult. I think focusing on the difference between skinniness of the waist to the bulkiness of the chest and waist armor is going to be the way with this one. In fact, I think for the moment, take that off there. Because another design I do like for impractical reasons is layered skirts. I actually have a few that I use for Ren Fair outfits. I think maybe we do one here, and then there's another second on this upper one, which for whatever reason is longer than the under. Why? Who cares? It's visual interest. Pirate walks in a bar, ship wheels in his pants. When it's asked why, it's driving me nuts. Thank you for the Wilhelm. Very helpful visual representation for those unfamiliar with that particular redeem. Thank you for your service, Durango. Okay. Oh, right, you probably weren't here earlier for it, but I'm thinking this Sentai type Bionoid, not just two pigtails that are kind of shaped like the wings. Let's see. Do this. Yeah, instead of just two pigtails like this, I think designed for three. This mask looks good with it. This bulky chest piece could use some refinement, but it's a lot better than just, you know, fucking vacuum-wrapped breast form shape to it. Never really liked that, design-wise. Yeah, I think those are some good Bionoid type things. We've got arm heavy one, the leg heavy one. We've got this head. I'm still not sure what to do with it. But leave for now. Oh, I should save. It's been a while since I saved. Let's look at some of the other ships for design ideas. Night Spider is kind of eh. Night Spider is the best of these, but I don't feel like it right now. Ooh, how about the lamprey? We could do some interesting mask design with this. Okay. We do. Select this. Layer mask selection there. That way we just. Oh, wrong thing. So this one we can probably put up here. Be a little easier to see it all. And since we have this sideways mask here, we'll use this as like a front-facing one. Oh, right, need to get rid of that select. Well, this lamprey, because we're using a lamprey design for it. Okay. It's loosely humanoid. That's good enough. So if we're doing this design, it should not be the smooth, rounded mask. It should be the kind of off-putting, like stuff actually on it. There we go. like that, with more defined line coming down the center of each of these. The other colors are like red, brown, so we'll swap green to that. I kind of like this hot pink, so it's still very different from the purple we're using, but let's see. It's kind of got more sideways eyes, but that's a little too inhuman. So instead, we'll just make them very large like that. Kind of compensate for not actually being purely sideways. Now, even that design is a little weird. But right, and it's also got this kind of fin design at the back. Okay, how to incorporate that? Maybe like make it like ruffs around the neck here. I know it's another like collar type design, but it is slightly different, especially because we can come in here like this, kind of like webbing between them, kind of incorporate this going down the chest, a bit more like an outfit than armor. Which kind of gives it more of a fishy feel, and I'm digging that. Maybe this form is a bit more slender. I don't want to say feminine, but definitely not the big, muscly look a lot of common writers have. And give him another like short, almost priest-like collar here. Deep V to make it a little different. Show color of some undershirt. Alrighty. If we're doing this first, we need to kind of slim down this body. Keep the waist kind of the same. Ooh, actually, I just got an idea that's probably a bit more punk, but I'm digging it. Let's swap to the purple. Exposed midriff. Because, you know, if you don't like the midriff, you can get the fuck out of my house. It's just such style. But yeah, maybe we continue the not very like armored shape and just give them like baggy pants. Maybe like cargo style pants. Like they're more of a street tough than actual warrior. Here, so I think having some like actual leg armor is smart. Do kind of like a mix of cowboy boots and some heels. In fact, we'll even like this kind of like angle here, kind of like implying this is more for slicing than piercing. Question is, do I continue this kind of like feminine shoe trend? It's kind of nice, though. We can also just... No, that's a bit too silly. We won't do that, but we will keep this kind of more like an axe head design is what I'm going for here. Steel toe boots. Again, slicing edge rather than stabbing, blunt force. And then up here, we'll swap back to purple. We should draw these neck frills first. Kind of give a higher look in the back. Would be like this. Boom. Let's see. It's supposed to. Like a small skin flap here. That could actually be the jacket flared open. That's right. Another open jacket. Because I have a particular taste. I don't fucking care. It looks cool. Looks very punk rock. Here we have one sec. Eyes are being a little weird. Unless someone punks my beloved. Yes, exactly. Barango gets the aesthetic. Also, sorry, I need to stand up and stretch because my eyes are being a little weird. I want to make sure it's not like I'm gonna pass out from the heat or something. Alright, I feel fine. I'm gonna go turn on my overhead fan real quick. Just be safe. Alrighty. Worst case, we may end the drawing segment a little early. During the break, I'll go get some ice packs. Oh yeah, that already feels a lot nicer. But apologies for the very gentle white noise popping up. If we can do this... Oh, wait, no, there's a better way to do this. Okay. So rather than making it as a collar, I should have these, like, smoothed down neck spine looking things go out as the, like, ripped off sleeves, right? Really lean into the punk aesthetic of it. My thoughts on hapless birch herpetologist. Herpetology is snakes, right? I'm not against them. Do you know an example? Just help, like, frame of reference, because I can't actually think of many herpetologist-type characters to have an opinion on that. I mean, there's in a series of unfortunate events, sure, but it's not quite the same. Also, he dies. Spoiler. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think that really blends well with kind of a punky design with this jacket. A little short story about a hapless butch lesbian herpetologist. Ah, fair enough. I'm certainly not against them. I can tell you that much. Also, really quick, gonna refresh Tiltify. Okay, I haven't missed any donations. Because like I said, anyone wants to donate 5 or more, you can forcibly change my brush to some other silly one I have in here. I will make do. The question is, this is a very divisive question, I'm sure. Bare arms or armor? Gosh. It's a really big distinction. Let's see. We're going to do bare arms. Here, I'll swap out the purple here for the one's orange. Instead of like actual bare orange, I think we do like segmented, like chitinous skin look, like all the Bionoids have. But we just give like small spikes on them, kind of like punk jackets with little spikes. Like that. Kind of like where any a bolt or screw hole type thing would be. There's just a spike coming out of it. Or armored. Let's see. Flare out arms a bit more. Like that. Do that, we go like. Let's get that purple back in here. And go kind of like Wonder Woman style. We kind of continue the blade appearance rather than spikes. Armband, we'll just do like the axe look. Both potential good looks. Though either way, probably like punk style fingerless gloves. Of course. Not bad. Then we'll go. Yeah, I think with the lamprey, it'll be a very interesting. Oh, should I do anything like antennas or kind of like a pseudo hair? That's something to think about. Let's pop up to here. Alright. Here. Kind of like lamprey mount. Thank you for the chill. I'll also take that as a hydrate because I could use it. That, and also like these big eyes. How do they look like this? Because that makes the girl look a little bit crazy. I'm not against it. A little bit of crazy is just the spice of life. No, that's too much. Open the chin like this. Kind of blanking for what to do up here, so I'm gonna just open a window and look up some like girl punk hairstyles for inspo. Here. Like I'm familiar with an undercut, I'm just not sure how to like translate that for this. Thoughts on today's oops? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Was there a recent Discord message about someone making a little mistake, or seeing a lot of hair spikes, which could be fun. Mohawk Mohawks are also... Oh, Out of Placers? I have not seen it. I know you're talking about... let's see, in a DM, the Hair Wiggler. I was in preparation for this stream, so I didn't want to look at it and possibly get distracted from doing the prep work. So what's going on with the Pear Wiggler? Is it a literal Pear Wiggler that someone fell into, or is someone being referred to as a pear being wiggled violently? Ooh, wait. Ooh, this is the hairstyle. This is the hairstyle. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get this pasted in here. It's gonna take some scaling down. It's kind of got like the air of a pompadour. In a way, I really dig. Non-literal? Okay. Call this pomp. Maybe not double hit the O's by mistake. Yes, I like this because we got like right against the skull here, just keeping it tight. A bit of the wild hair ponytail segment, but also the classic pompadour look. Which I'll probably have to move this down physically, actually. Okay, we'll start with this face I've done. Just move down, we'll say about there. Okay. Let me do the same here. There. Alright, back to Lamprey. Let's see, Janet, completely berserk, lashing out at everything nearby, but she's also fighting herself. Like internal turmoil fighting herself, or Shadow Link fighting herself. That's a bit large. I think this is good. Yeah, that's good. Final panel, she screams, "Stop me!" Yep. Inner turmoil. Fun. Actually, here, let's swap to pink. I think doing like one of those hair barrettes. Have just a cute butterfly type of clip here. Okay, purple. Just some absolute wild hair. Oh, wrong layer again. Okay. And once again, keep a fun elf ear, though we're going to do the absurdly long, fun style elf ear. Deepen the page. I appreciate it. I will check it in the break between this and the Chroma Squad game. Let's see what we have here. You got the lamprey, like 5-star mouth here, exposed ear, exposed chin. I think we're gonna make this face a bit more insect-like. I'm gonna have segments. Not sure about what shapes I want to emulate here. No, that's too much. I definitely don't want anything that looks too mouth-like, because that's what the lamprey star here is about. I don't want to be just like smooth. Kind of zigzaggy like lightning. Yeah, like that. And she's got... Okay. These things here, so there'd also be some like small tatters. Arm, which goes just a loose shape like so. It should be further down actually. Let's see, then it'll be here to the lapel. I should do this here so we can kind of... There we go. This. Oh, right. That's too low, because the cutoff's like here. I'm just not going to unite the focus of the piece, but we need something to help accentuate the difference between waistline and torso protection. Got that's like that. And probably some insignia like thing here if we aren't doing like spiky skin appearance. With that, we're going into our last half hour. Rest my hand a little bit because I see Rainbow has been sharing some stuff about out of placers. That's right. Let's see. The character totally in the pair with her right now. Her mindscape is a pulsating red haze with her normal thoughts dim and all around. With bright orange text over the top saying things like enemy here danger and where is it, kill or be killed, and frickin' OPS scrolling sucks, and sec. Killed, but her normal thoughts are about how she can't stop herself from attacking, but needs to protect her friends and can't hurt them. All of which is a conditioned response. Yeah, it's PTSD is a serious thing. It's do not fuck around with it. Do not fuck around with people who have it. Someone says do not do a thing because it is a trigger, you fucking respect that. Heck, I am really squicked out by body horror. I can handle it when I have, you know, the ability to consent, because I'm given like a heads up about it. I can enjoy it in small doses knowing it's coming, but being just fucking shock and awed, slapped in my face, it's not a pleasant experience. high she grew up, yeah, the high she grew up in gave her that trigger on purpose. Let's see, the sins of the fathers and the mothers and all the ancestors. Tends to be fucked up shit like that. But yeah, the punk. Punk look is coming out pretty nice, and I think I had the eye thing by just doing this overlay. Yes. Just looking a little bit crazy. Okay, we got the lamprey, but we're going to do another version based on the lamprey. So we've done a version where it's a mouth. What if we do another version, but it's like a hair, or the hands are like that? Okay, so we need to once again... If we're going to do the hair, let's say, be like right here's the starting point, so... Kind of like whatever it is that Mawile, the Pokemon, is based off of. Just a little bit of that. Will also look just kind of eldritch this way. And do another version here. Kind of looks a bit more like a parasite than actually part of them, but that's fine. It's an alien space campaign type thing. Less human races are actually good for the racial diversity. Let's see. Lupin can't run for Ron's help soon enough. I bet he'll solve this with a peppermint bomb. Peppermint is such a fun scent. Enjoy it immensely. Alright, let's try one more bout with the pen-shaped mouse. There we go. Okay, we're doing the lamprey-like thing on the back. What if... It's not like actual lamprey-type design, but what if we go a bit more monstrous? So instead of 2 eyes, we do this like large visor look, but only give it 1 pupil design. And similar to the punk rocker, we do this kind of... I just realized what that looks like. Nope, not doing that. Okay. Yeah, let's not get a taken off Twitch for that reason. Okay, what about 2 different pupils? We'll do the 2-tone thing. Nope. And it's so hard to make a Cyclops girl with a visor if the appearance comes out a little not safe for work. It's like doing... Candy stripe? No, it doesn't look as good. There's... Oh, thank you for the follow, Moonstar1911. I appreciate it. I hope you're really enjoying this art. It was looking really yonic, having 1 central pupil and then radiating lines around it. So it was a bit much. I just realized I accidentally clicked. Nope. The purple? Oh, dang it. I manually go back and get the purple again, because I accidentally selected pink. Yeah, I think the eye design, I'll do this kind of... this, flop colors, and do... I like the idea of having a sci-fi type visor instead of just all goggles and telescopic looking lens things. I'll figure out a way to give it one of these things a cool Cyclops style eye looking thing, but it will not be this feminine color I'm making with pinks and purples. That will give the wrong idea. Like, personally, I know pink and purple are not ladies only. But I don't know if Twitch's algorithm knows that. Nope. Let's try swapping to purple. There. It's a kind of cute style nose, bulbous as it will be in the side view. And maybe for the, like, faceplate things, give it a kind of... more like that. There you go. Less like a mustachioed plumber appearance. These kind of, like, overlapping things, then the actual fight, this wide gaping maw can open up and actually, like, crunch someone. This pen mouse is not made for long-term use, I feel. But more just like loose practice things, getting my practice stretches and stuff out. It's not that bad. Oh, I just remembered about that tool. Okay, let's do this the easier way. This tool, there we go. It's not going to be as curved. Swap colors there. Again, not perfect, but it will be good enough for me to transfer to Inkscape and make it with math. But from the front on view, it looks cute. Like, these are ears, and those are like some hair things. It's only when you get to the side view, it's like, oh, that's kind of just a little bit eldritch. Okay, side view. Ah, shit. There we go, swap colors. go. From side view, it makes it a bit more monstrous looking, which I like. I like that difference in style. That depending on how you view them, they look more naive, innocent, perhaps, to monstrous and terrifying. So that Moe gap that people just love in characters. Okay. To continue that, we'll make this screen look more bulbous, coming from the skies. I think it should be more like here. Maybe curved, kind of like the cheekbone of a skull. Ooh, and we can actually get some shadows like eye ridges here. The side should be... Oh yeah. Yeah, that definitely looks more terrifying. Right, I almost forgot there is the kind of like side slits here, like a nose. Oh yeah, this monster girl is definitely putting the monster in girl. Phrasing, I just realized how that can sound. But anyway, point still stands. This is not some fucking harem anime type monster girl. This is a girl who's every bit the monster you might make them out to be. They just might also be there to save the day. Alright, yep, now that's the last of that then for the night. No, maybe I'll do another charity stream where I use this to do a game that does not make sense to be using a pen-shaped mouse for, or something. Okay. Yeah, we got this, like, the Queen and Brass. I'm actually not familiar with them. Are they an out-of-placers character, or is this another piece of media? I'll be honest, there's not a lot of piece of media I indulge in, sadly. OC? Okay. And that's why they're not immediately coming to mind. Perfect. Well, actually, I'm reminded of a webcomic I was reading recently. What is it? Tigress Queen? Absolutely recommended reading for anyone who likes, well, for one, comics where it is always haughty o'clock, because it is. But it has some delectable foreshadowing going on. It's got some political intrigue, trying to make a deal between cultures at war. Because, like, one is a country and one is, like, more nomadic, at first glance, culture. The type you could easily see an author going, they are barbarians from the burning deserts or the sweltering jungles. There is no peace in them. And then the author turns that on its head. It's like, no, this is a difference in culture. The king actually knows and is trying to fix it. But they are not doing it in a great way. We're going to do a bit more armored tile type segmented shit. I know I've been doing it a lot. Some of the other designs, but I'm trying to do it in a different way. A bit more dangerous looking. Actually, this way. Make this go into... no, that's the last one. Do another big clunky belt design. This one more emulating the just belts of pouches, but not. And I'm blanking on what this type of skirt is called. Like an armored skirt. one where it just flares out the sides, like this, but it's multiple layers. No, even though it's based on a lamprey, I feel like giving him kind of like rabbit type legs. Goes here. Maybe there. That's looking better. Not perfect, but I think it's enough for me to remember for later. Freaking. What if I do page down instead? God dang it. Firebrand's just long. Combat makes it a little weird. Okay. Okay, so here's premise. United Terran military gets into a grimdark, eldritch hyperwar caused by people of different species being too different to understand each other and too similar to avoid problems. Part of the goal is to subvert the whole you can't possibly understand them thing in cosmic horror. I mean, I always kind of like that. Like, not in the simple terms of, like, you'll never understand. It's a different culture. But there's, like, it's just, you don't have a frame of reference. You have to put in a lot of work to properly understand them. Which, IRL, is a problem for a lot of people. It's like you have no frame of reference, so you don't even bother. I'm not sure why I'm doing arm design like this for the lamprey. That's something I wanted to see. I'm like, for shoulder coming out here, it feels a little weird. Yeah, I'm all for trying things I have no skill at and muscling through. I mean, fuck. The library that I showed at the beginning of this stream, which was just all effort to overcome my lack of skills. So I learned valuable things, figured out tricks in the program that I just could not find actual tutorials for, just from not having the right terms to use, but it's very much a learning experience and a fun one at that. Actually, there's another way I could use these, actually. Okay, we'll do it on the torso here, but what if these are not linked armored things? I'm doing, like, tentacle-looking things wrapping around their midsection. Which from the front can kind of look like a rib cage type dealie. Also, just a little bit, it's a little cute. You need to put in effort, but more importantly, incomprehensibility is no excuse to tear the galaxy apart. Essentially, the war is self-sustaining. There's magic, resulting in eldritch BS, and humanity gets it. And of course, starts getting magicked up, resulting in magical girls. They're initially in the same sort of niches like Warhammer Space Marines, so that's not good. But magical girls. But then they realize that, oh shit, we're not the good guys. Go, wait a second. This reminds me of like a short story. I can't remember if it's on Tumblr or I just got linked to it from there. No, it was definitely on Tumblr. It definitely came from like a prompt type deal. And it felt very much like Madoka Magica, but sci-fi. Like, the girls summoned to help find this space threat. And once they get too old and start figuring it out, they're kind of like sent on a suicide mission so they don't like spread it to the others. And then once it's quote unquote won, the girl who wins becomes the next empress of a sort. And the cycle begins anew with new girls, which are sent off on suicide missions. But it's the point of view of a character who kind of figures it out and finds a way to just destroy the system. It was very neat. Okay, let's see if I'm doing this type system. Again, big bulky built. Do kind of more rounded on this side. No, that's too long. Kind of like that, kind of like that. That's not perfect. I think gets the point across when I do the final version. Look up the proper resources. They still need a little something. Ooh. Fun design idea, because all the Bionoids have a weak point in their chest. What if this one is just a fun belly button location? Because why not? Another case of me needing to slim this down. Torso. It has a little small. Better. Good enough for this. Not sure where I want to go with this in the next 5 minutes. Bring us a plot would be magic girls fighting weird aliens, then them fighting humans to protect weird aliens, but also then slowly becoming more and more eldritch. Okay, that's different than the short story I was thinking of. Transformation gets weirder and a base form approaches powered up form. Yeah. Which we are kind of straying away from the Sentai style media. Magical girls, very similar. What would the big difference be? Like how they power up, it's more magical than science that a common writer makes it seem like. I think actually this version Lamprey Girl, we're going to make her a bit more inhuman. Like thick tentacle hand type setup. Just 3 though, because then it's also kind of reminiscent of a flower. Which again kind of fits with the, it's like, from the right angle, they're cute, and from a different angle, they're horrifying thing that's going on. This one will kind of make it more curled like hands would be. Still not sure what I want to do with the upper chest armor, to be honest. Like, I guess I could make it more like swirling tentacle looking stuff. Like that. A symmetry look would be pretty nice. Then have another one come here. I know, it's a work in progress. I'll figure something out for Lamprey Bionoid here. But I am really liking how the face differences look here. That's really good. But yeah, at that point, we'll go through the ones that we have done really quick. Let's see. We have... Oh wait, let's turn off that. Make it a little bit more easier to see. We got kind of like a punk rocker girl, very lesbian color scheme, these ones for the lamprey, but we also have this kind of more eldritchy. One view is kind of cutesy, the other one is a bit more horrific. It's all about the angle you see him from. Not that one. We have this head, but not really a body to match it, because it's kind of like pillbug, pangolin, pillbug. Yeah. We have this green one, which also kind of feminine. We're going to have like these 3 ponytail type blades, bulky chest armor, but also very wasp-waisted, so various differences there. And another view, same outfit, with heavy armor on the legs, but not the arms. In comparison, this one, which is heavy armaments on the arms, not the legs, and one side double blade swaps into a shield. And of course that horn, which I never really came up with another idea to use it. Yeah, well, I will leave this on. Where's that library? This one, because this is probably going to be the first one I do. It seems like a really fun idea. Alright. A little bit of stretch. And we will go ahead and mute desktop audio for a bit. Set up a timer. Thinking 10-minute break. Enough time for everyone to use the restroom, maybe get a snack. And okay, there we go. That'll be ready. Let's see. Anything important to get to with Barengo sharing sim concept? Let's just skin. Oh. Disguise. Basket woven brass dress. Interesting concept in itself. 4 arms with clawed hands, also woven braided out of brass ribbons and metal. Rings for sleeves, metal skin, no legs. Very cool character design idea right there. I'm liking the setting more and more. But with that, we are going to go to a break. So everyone, myself included, can get a new drink. Can use the restroom. For those of you who are lurking, or perhaps because it's late, are gonna start heading off to bed, I will go ahead and say it now, my usual send-off. If I hope you guys are eating enough, drinking enough, getting enough sleep. Take care of your body so your body can take care of you. And for those of you who are sticking around, there you go, there's a timer. Go ahead and start that at 10 minutes. See you guys back in a bit.